Hi, my name is Almendra Carpizo. I'm the Hispanic Link News Service intern for the fall semester. Working here has been an amazing experience. I've gone to the White House, I've talked to my congressional leaders, I've attended the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Gala and met so many amazing people, and I got to interview Dolores Huerta. Got to learn some amazing things about her, like her first vote was for a Republican, actually, so that's something not a lot of people know. Working here has been great because I got to learn more about my community, the Hispanic community, which I think is the emphasis of this internship. You get to know every aspect of it. You get to meet the leaders that are making the decisions that affect our community. Not a lot of the mainstream media gets to cover that, or covers that in general, just because they don't think it's their market. But through here you will learn all about what is going on in your community regarding immigration, healthcare. You get to attend all these press conferences where they're going to be discussing future plans or ideas. Being an intern here can be difficult because you don't work with a lot of people. So I think the best advice I can give you is already know the ins and outs of the Hispanic community, who are your leaders, your congressional members, and get comfortable asking tough questions, because you're not always going to get the answers, and they always kind of try to sugarcoat it. So get really comfortable with being uncomfortable.
My whole life has been in journalism. So now at age 62, I started at 17, so you do the math. And Hispanic Link has been in Washington since 1979, attempting to reform the news industry so that it pays more attention to Hispanics and to blacks and to other persons that it had traditionally ignored, both as employees and as people who ought to be covered. And so we look for interns who want to get a Washington experience. We have a few programs now, a couple that are paid, some that aren't, most that aren't, and we do welcome anybody that wants to come in over the transom and say, hey, I'd like to get a Washington experience. I would like to learn how to cover Washington, D.C. and the Senate, the House, the White House, and we've had a lot of success in doing that. As we started syndicating 3 columns a week, both in English and Spanish, still do that number or greater, and that's and a lot. We've got, at one point I know we had half a dozen of our graduates who worked with the L.A. Times. We've had them, you name a newspaper, from the Wall Street Journal to AP to whatever, and if they've had a Link experience, they've had a quite a different experience than they have had in other kind of programs, because we try to be very real in what we teach them about how they should cover the community and how they should not necessarily be guided by, well, I hate to say this word, but the instructors or the editors that are still from the old school, who really haven't been aware of the fact that Hispanics are a key participant in our society at this point, with 50 million. First of all, get internships wherever you can get them, where you're really doing the job, whether it's a Spanish language publication, English language publication, and don't necessarily believe the people that hire you until you've experienced it yourself and made your own judgment on what you ought to be covering as a Hispanic journalist. And when I say, we've had pro-con reporters who've been editors of papers in Miami and New York. One would take the view, I'm a Hispanic journalist. Am I a Hispanic journalist, or am I the emphasis on being a journalist or a Hispanic? And you can't separate the two. So I had two people, one who said, well, I'm really a journalist first, and another one said, no, I'm not, I'm a Hispanic. So Juan Gonzalez of the New York Daily News took the view, I'm a Hispanic, period. And I forget the editor of the paper of in the Miami Herald at that time, El Miami Herald, that took the other view. No, I'm a journalist. So, and you can argue that one forever, but and both are right. Yeah, we do accept a lot of freelance writing. If we see a story in a local paper that looks good, say, hey, this is a national story, although it happened to happen in Phoenix or in Tucson or Timbuktu. It may be of particular importance to the Hispanic community, and we'll deal with trying to give it national exposure, and we do get good pickup around the country on what we syndicate and send out to a lot of mainstream media.